Hey everyone, it's Cedric here. I just want to start by saying sorry for the bad quality of the video. After all these years in the bush, my camera is starting to messing up with the color and sound, and I usually try to make top-notch video, but lately it's difficult. Today I thought I would make a primitive container made of clay without any modern tool and barefoot. I will be using the hand drill stock from yesterday and the rock as well because it's very time consuming and I want to focus on the container itself. I will have to find a new board from a species that I trust this time because I don't want to fall in the same trap than yesterday. So let's make it happen.
There's a very nice piece of spruce or balsam fir, I'm not sure, it's hard to tell when it's in such a decomposition state. I will try to make my board from it. So, this piece of wood is pretty hard. There's many branches with knots, so it doesn't break easily between two trees. So what I'm gonna do is hit it on a tree and maybe it's gonna split where there's a natural crack in it. Yep. So it split exactly where I wanted. And I could be using this. It's not perfect, but it doesn't need to be perfect. Today I got dead plant leaves for the first layer and birch bark in second layer. I use my hat to keep the tinder safe because with hand drill you might only have one chance, so you don't want to miss it because your tinder bundle was not perfect. I will make a new tip on my stalk because the end is not straight. And then it's gonna break easily. Then you just make sure that the end is perfect, the tip. I also like to remove a little bit of bark, especially with this specific stalk. It got a pretty thick bark, so I just rub it a little bit. And now I'm just removing a little bit of wood, not too much, and I don't want to break it. I can see that there's a natural split here, so I might just stop it here. I will just remove the little bump I got here. There we go. I can make a hole here. There's a split, so I will have to be very gentle. I might just make my hole here, so I will try to flat this area because I don't want to split here. There we go. That's all I need. So now I'm making the hole. And make sure that the spindle is not gonna get off. This is a good hole. I'm ready for the burning. So my board is not really thick. I will be able to fill the notch pretty fast and the dust will be in contact with the tip of the stalk. So yesterday I've made a lot of mistakes. Some days you just skip steps.
because you get overconfident in your skills, and this is a really big mistake to do. So I get back to the basics and really make sure that everything is perfect. I got a good feeling today because as you can see, the tip is perfectly burned even inside. What happened yesterday is the bark was digging in the board and the middle of the stock was getting empty. So what happened in this case is a lot of friction is added from the side, and there is very little friction on the wood, so very little dust production. And today it's perfect, so this is very good. I really like the fact that my notch will be small, so it's not gonna compact the dust. The dust will freely fall, and there's gonna be plenty of oxygen. Now I switch with a rock that gonna make my my notch wider. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. I can see that my notch is not wide enough. I'm not gonna continue. So this time there's gonna be more room for the dust to fall. We could see that the dust was getting compacted. I like to blow a little bit to provide with oxygen as soon as the ember is created. I make some room for the next dust. I can see that the notch is not wide enough again, so I repair that. There is a lot of friction on the side, and that makes the work a little bit harder. Well, is it gonna be another hard day? I can give one more try maybe.
I got through. Wow. Oh my God. What happened? Wow. Thanks, Mother Nature. This is the first time it ever happened to me. Wow. I'm not gonna complain. So that was for sure my last try. And you know what happened when you work with Stone Age tool is everything is far from ideal. The thickness is not perfect, the notch is far from being perfect, and it's just difficult to make everything perfect when you only got a stone knife. I really tried to make a wider notch, but my knife were not ideal. I could not make a very wide notch, so the ember was lacking oxygen. But it's difficult when you got no tool. But at the end, the satisfaction is much greater, and you learn a lot more in these conditions. So my cluster from yesterday has not opened, which is a really good thing. I don't remember the last time that I got clusters, because if you practice often, you will get the perfect technique. You will apply just enough downward pressure, and also the skin in your hand will get very thick. So yeah, but yesterday, after 2 hours of a very intense hand drill, it just happened. I really like this wimp. It provides me with a lot of resource, and today I will get clay in this ground. So usually I just need to dig, and there's a good quality of clay in these holes. I've reached the clay. It's not really deep. Sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to dig it out, so just use a piece of stick. So I got a good amount of clay here. I got it from different holes. There's a hole here. I got some from this one. And now I'm gonna work the clay, make it softer, and remove all the little rocks in it, and we will be able to work it out. So right now what I'm doing is I need to work the clay a little bit. So I've dig a small hole right here, and there's water filling the hole, and I just dip my fingers sometimes in it to moisture the clay, and I just crush it in my hand to make it softer, and when I feel that there's little rocks, I remove them. I just clean the clay. Alright, it's all done, and as you can see, it's much softer, and we can work it out. So now I just want to dry the clay a little bit before I work it. So I make it flat like a pizza, and I put it on the rock. I'm not gonna let it dry too long.
I just want to remove a little bit of moisture.
So as you can see, the clay is much darker in coloration now, and I prefer to work it out in this condition. Alright, I'm happy with that. So now I'm gonna make sure that every roll is very well attached to the other one and make it uniform. So I'm taking clay, I make it pretty wet, and I will attach these pieces to the wall to make it straight. Alright, so it's been about 3 hours. The container was pretty dry. So right now I'm gonna cook it. It's under all these branches and over the coals. So let's see what happens. So it's very early in the morning and I just could not sleep anymore. So let's see how this container worked out. Hey. Wow. I don't see any crack. And it's rock hard. Wow, that's really cool. I was afraid to come and see that the container was all cracked up, but it appears to be pretty good. So that's about it for my video. I hope that you enjoy it. If you have any advice for my future container, it's very welcome because I'm not an expert at this. So see you guys.